Hello INFP group, want to check out my new chest tattoo? No, I'm just kidding, it's a sticker. It is commonly known that INFPs tend to occasionally have strong feelings of melancholy. Melancholy is defined as a deep, pensive, long-lasting sadness. Sad, gloomy, or depressed. Since INFPs have a very strong introverted feeling temperament, we tend to be quite sensitive. On top of that, INFPs tend to be idealistic and feel bad when something doesn't go perfect. The thing is, nothing is perfect, so we feel bad and extra sensitive about it. And this could start leading to feelings of melancholy. We could be easily overwhelmed with these feelings. Some people refer to this as a melancholy swamp, and it's very hard to pull yourself out of this state. Now, I have dealt with feelings of melancholy my entire life. Whenever I had negative emotions, I always felt something was wrong, like I shouldn't be feeling this way, or there's something wrong with me. And so when I was feeling down or depressed or sad, I wouldn't just be feeling those emotions, I'd also be feeling very guilty, and it would affect my self-image. If you're feeling tired or sad or down, that's one thing that sucks, but if you also feel guilty about it at the same time, then that's just a whole mess of emotions. So I would always fight and suppress my feelings instead of letting them just naturally process. I'd always suppress them, and then one day I'd bottle up and get really anxious and just explode. Now, I am fairly new to Myers-Briggs and the fact that I am an INFP, and researching what INFPs are and being a contributor to the INFP group on Facebook. It's only been a few months or so. So learning about myself and learning what my needs are and finding out a lot of my problems are common problems for INFPs have helped a lot. It helped release a lot of that guilt. Now that I know about my strong introverted feeling, I am more aware to it, and I notice when it's happening. And now I understand the need to process these emotions and feelings. I know this is something that I have to go through every once in a while. Before, I was always fighting it and trying to find a way for these feelings to stop happening altogether. I was trying to figure out ways to feel happy all of the time, or kind of maintain that state of happiness that I might feel at another point of the day. Like when I'm out with friends and partying, when I'm first hanging out, I could be talking to a bunch of people and having a good time, having great in-depth conversations, meeting a lot of people, having laughs, having a good time, making people laugh. But later on in the night, my energy will just drain. I'll just hit the point where I just can't be social anymore, and I'll realize that I can't talk to anyone, and I start getting all weird, like my thoughts start going crazy. And when this would happen, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know why this was happening, and I always said, oh, it's because I have social anxiety. Now, I used to have social anxiety a lot, but I thought this was like leftover social anxiety or something that I needed to get rid of. I'm like, I guess I'm not really that healed yet. But the truth is that I'm going to have to deal with processing emotions my whole life. There's nothing wrong with me, I'm just an INFP. It's just a process that I'm going to deal with. So when this happens at parties or something like that, I realize, okay, it's the time where I need to at least try to find some place by myself so I could process some emotions for a little bit and not feel guilty about it. That's what made it worse, was when I was going through the feelings, I'd feel guilty, then I really couldn't talk to people because I'd freeze up and get nervous. I'd be having a good time talking to people, and then all of a sudden, when the feeling part, I'd get really nervous, wouldn't be able to talk to people. So getting rid of that guilt, I could at least talk to people. I'm not as engaged as I am when I'm in my extroverted mode and party mode, but I could at least carry a conversation even when I'm going through my emotional, turmoil sort of thing. It's something we have to do every once in a while, so you might as well accept it. It's sort of probably like a period for women. Like, they know it's inevitable, it's going to happen, and during that period of time, they're going to have to go through a bunch of emotions. So now I understand why I'm going through these emotions. It's just a brain period or something. I don't know. That's a pretty gross comparison. That's a pretty gross analogy, but yeah, I think I'll end the video there because you probably don't want to listen to me talk much after that statement. Alright. Peace. My Marino videos.